Today on Wednesday Night Live, we are reviewing a book called Sword Song. Please welcome your host, Jimmy Sanders.
Thank you all. So, this book called Sword Song is about a Viking who was blamed for a murder that he didn't commit. This Viking's name is Bjarni, and we will interview him later in the show. So let's get started. The setting of this story takes place in Dublin, Ireland, around the date of 1066. Bjarni, the main character, is falsely accused of murder and is banished from his home and runs off. The conflict of the story is man versus man, and the climax is when the main character, Bjarni, gets thrown off his boat during the storm. This book was published March 24th, 2005. We will be right back with the main character of this story to see what he thinks about what happened.
Tired of missing every basketball shot? Well, now there's a solution! Automatic basketball in stores for $16.95. This is the shot with the automatic basketball.
The automatic basketball changed my life forever. Now I'm not a noob at every game.
And we are back from the commercial break with the main character of that book, Sword Song, Bjarni. He is the man who was falsely accused of murder, and when he was sailing, he hit a storm and was thrown off his ship, and he thought he was going to die. He got stranded on an island after that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bjarni.
Thank you for having me on the show today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for being here. How was your life after you returned to Dublin?
Oh man, it was really hard. I mean, just not knowing anyone around there and them not knowing you, really hard to communicate with everyone else around you.
Now, did your family members recognize you at all?
Well, actually, my brother did, but really no one else.
Okay, so Quattro wants to know, what was it like being tossed overboard during that really brutal storm?
Man, it was like, oh my gosh, it was like my stomach was flipping upside down over and over, and just, I didn't really know if I was going to survive or not.
Oh, I bet. So, when you like actually washed up on shore of that abandoned island, how happy were you when you found that settlement?
Probably one of the most, really good experiences, because, I mean, if you were about to die and you just found safety, and man, it just brings you a lot of excitement to you.
Oh, I bet. So, when you were fired from your first crew after that sea fight, how did you feel?
It was probably one of the worst experiences, aside from just seeing my other friends die, but just one of the really bad experience for me and others.
So, what was the most vivid memory of your favorite adventure that you had?
My most vivid memory would probably be the sea fight, and that people were dying left and right, and I mean, we didn't know if we were even going to make it out alive.
We'll be back after the break.
Are you tired of missing all your water bottle flips? Well, there is a solution. The same people who made the automatic basketball presented the automatic water bottle. Ka-ching!
So we're back from the break, and we only have a few more questions left. So let's get started with these questions. Javaris and Lamar would like to know, was your brother excited when you came back home and saw him?
Man, he was so happy to see me. I mean, we went out to dinner after that, told him all his stories, but I mean, he was so excited to see me. He couldn't contain his excitement at all.
Oh, I doubt he could. So our next question from Osmatavius Movarius, and he would like to know, what was it like having a book written about your life?
I mean, when Rosemary Sutcliff asked me to be a part of her story, I mean, I just don't even know, like, how excited I was. I mean, being famous has always been my dream, and I mean, if I got a book about me, or maybe even a movie, I mean, that was pretty much what I've always wanted to have.
I've always wondered what it's like to be famous. Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, there's some discounts, little ups and downs. I mean, getting trampled, which is really bad, and I hate being trampled. But ups,
who wouldn't?
yeah, and up is, I mean, you get discounts. It's always good.
So how much are the discounts?
10% maybe.
You ever get like 20, 30?
No,
No. Oh.
not that famous.
So our last question is from TJAJRJ / fourth the fifth, and he would like to know if you were excited when you were on the ride back home.
Man, on the ride back home, that was just like, I was on the fringe of being so excited. The fringe. And just that hopefully we didn't crash, but I mean, that just thinking that I got back home, and I mean, it was a really nice time.
I bet. So, you have friends. You're lucky. I only have one friend, my mom.
Ouch.
I appreciate the 6 people who are watching this live. It's all the time we have. Again, thank you all for watching. Jimmy out.
What about me?